Hi guys, Donna here. Today I want to talk about death. I know it can be such a morbid topic, but not enough of us talk about death or talk about our worries or concerns or thoughts and all that kind of stuff. Like, why don't we talk about death? It is definitely a part of life. And whether we like it or not, we're all going to die. My brother-in-law used to always say, none of us are getting out alive. And he was so right, and it's so true. So for me, one of the things I've been thinking about, because I'm single, I'm 66, 67 this year, but I'm single. My kids are all grown. They're all doing well. I don't really feel like I need to leave them anything, but I don't want to cost them anything either. So I have a small life insurance policy. Now, I had life insurance until I retired at 65, and then that kind of fell off. And it was going to cost way too much money to keep what I had. And so I decided not to do that. But I opted for just a small insurance policy, enough to not bury me, but I want cremation. So enough to cremate me. And that's all I wanted. And it's very inexpensive. I think it's like $22 a month. And that's it. And I'll keep that for as long as I figure I need it. Probably the rest of my life. And at least it's not going to cost my kids anything. And at least it's something that, although it's not going to be, it wouldn't cover like a full funeral, it would be enough to cremate me, and that's it. And maybe they could have a party afterwards, right? And that's about it. And that's all I want. I just don't want to cost them any money. So that's what I decided to do there. Now, when you talk about death, you have to talk about a living will. So everybody worries about making a will and, who's going to get this and that and the other thing. And really, nobody wants your friggin' stuff and nobody really cares. But a living will is important. I think that's very, very important. I do have an executor for my health. So I have an executor for my financial. It's not an executor. And I have an executor for my will. I have what do you call that? It's like an executor for my health, to make my health choices, and one to make my financial choices. And for me, they're different. They're different children. So, so I have different children for different things. I have one daughter that I know would be absolutely fantastic with my finances and be able to manage those. And then I have my other two daughters who are going to make the choices for my health. One's a nurse, and my other one is my youngest daughter, who I think is, just a safeguard in case my other daughter can't or something, right? So I have that. And basically, there's not a whole lot that they need to know. They know what I want. I've made it clear what I want. I don't want to be left on life support and without any kind of quality of life. I don't want that. And I think that's really important that your kids know, or somebody knows. I don't know who you would appoint if you didn't have family or you don't have kids. I don't know who you appoint to do those kinds of things, to make those decisions for you, but I don't know, somebody. And you'd have to, call a lawyer and ask them what you do in those circumstances, because I just don't know. But yeah, I think a living will is really, really important. And I don't think it's something that that you need to be afraid to do, okay? It's just like when your kids were young, they couldn't make decisions for themselves. You made the decisions for them. And this is the same type of thing. If you're in a situation where you can't make decisions for yourself, you need somebody that you trust or that you believe would have your best interests at heart to make those decisions for you. Maybe it is a lawyer, maybe it's a trustee, maybe it's a friend, maybe it is an occasional partner, whoever it is. It could be a child, a grandchild, whoever it is, right? Just don't appoint somebody just because you feel you have to put that person. You can make it anybody you want. And you can find out the legalities. You can ask questions. I'm sure ChatGPT would have lots of answers for you as well, right? So I think it's important that you do. And then I try to keep my debts, reasonable. And I try to make sure that I don't leave a mess there. So the more that I'm organized, the better. My kids know where my bank accounts are. And I do have my passwords written down in a book so that they can find all that information. So all your passwords written down, all your bank accounts written down, where your investments are, those kind of simple everyday things that would be important to somebody trying to look after what's best for you. So I think those things are good. And, the older I get, the sooner that's going to happen, right? I've been doing a lot of reading online, and I don't know if you guys do any of that, if you think about death, and if you do any reading about that, but they say that people with bipolar or other mental health issues can have a reduced lifespan. And it makes you think, right? I don't have, chances are I'm not going to live till I'm 107, right? So I don't have 40 years. 97, that would be pushing it. That's 30 years. More like 20, right? So more like 20 years. And when you think of the number, it really freaks me out. So I try not to think of the number. I just try to think of the experiences that I have left to enjoy. What are those experiences? And that's what I'm trying to focus on. So how do I make my experiences best? And put everything else in order, get everything else in order, so I don't even have to think about those things. And I think that's what's best for me. So what are you doing to make the thought or the conversation or the talk about death more palatable, easier to talk about? When you have everything organized and you have everything ready to go, there's nothing to worry about, right? You don't have to not talk about it or have any reservations about it. So you have your people in place, you have your things in place, you have your house in order, and that's all you need. And the rest you give up to your higher power, to your God, whoever you want. And so that's what I've done. So please share what you've done. Take care and be brave, be strong, and love endlessly. Bye for now.